My mum and dad nagged me about eating with my mouth closed. What did your mum and dad nag you about?
I bite my fingernails a lot. I've gotten better now, so they're a bit trimmed, but my parents know, because I used to spit them on the floor as well, so they got really upset. That was my bad habit.
One of our school values is personal best. What steps have you taken to become a professional football player?
Wow. Yeah, it's a long process. It's something that doesn't just happen straight away. I spent a lot of time training and committing yourself to a long time before you get paid or any of that, the cool stuff comes in. So I guess it takes a long time of dedication and commitment towards it.
I played for Pepino Redwood, and I started playing soccer when I was 5, and I played for the midgets. What football clubs have you played through to the All Blacks?
I was the same. I played in the midgets as well. My mum and dad were involved at a club called Burwood, which is a small club in Burwood, funnily enough. And I was there from 3 to about 10, and then I went to Western, which is a bit of a bigger club in Christchurch, and I played there until I was 18. And then I went to the US on a scholarship, so I was over there at the University of Louisville, so I was there for 4 years. And then I came back here to Canterbury.
I play soccer and basketball. I learn the drums and I do Young Riders. What other interests do you have?
I love all sports. I played cricket a lot when I was younger. I like basketball, I like rugby, nearly every sport I like. I don't play music. I love music though. I listen to a lot of music, and I read quite a lot as well. I try and read as much as possible. I watch a lot of TV. I waste a lot of time on the internet, and Facebook and websites like that, and that's about all.
My favourite football club is Manchester United, and my favourite player in Manchester United is Wayne Rooney. Who was your favourite player when you were younger?
When I was younger, it was Zinedine Zidane, who played for Real Madrid and a number of other clubs, and he was a great player, one of the best players ever to play the game. Now I support Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League, and Luka Modric is my favourite player.
I've been penalised for a sliding tackle. It was a payback because this kid came and slide tackled me out of the pitch, and he put his studs in my calf muscle. Have you ever been yelled or regarded?
Yeah, I have. It's not something I'm proud of. I don't make that many tackles actually, but I got a red card once for making a bad tackle, and then I got upset about it and I yelled at the ref, and then I got a red card. It wasn't very smart. I was only about 19 at the time, and I thought I was the man, and I was running around being a bit of an idiot. So, but I learned from that and haven't done it since, which is good.
No, I play in striker, but when I first started playing soccer, I played in defence. What are the positions you've played till now?
Yeah, when I was younger, I played as a striker because I wanted to score all the goals, and now I play in midfield. I play centre midfield, which is where I like to play, but I've also played right and left midfield. Sometimes I play out wide, but I prefer to play in the middle.
My cousins Reese and Renee play for the Canterbury Academy. I'd love to as well. How have you progressed to where you are today as a member?
I actually missed out on the first age grade representative team, the first Canterbury team, which was under 12s. But that was I used that as motivation, to keep practicing and get better. And then from there, I made each Canterbury age group team, and then I made like under 16 and under 18 New Zealand Academy teams, and then my first proper call up was the New Zealand under 20 team, and we went to South America. We went and played. My debut was against Uruguay, which was really cool, and then went to the under 20 World Cup in 2007 in Canada. So that was a lot of fun, and then the next was last year when I got my first call up for the senior national team, the All Whites.
I feel I have to compete with my brothers in sport. When you were younger, did you feel that you had to compete with family in sports?
Yeah, I mean, my parents were both really supportive, always, but I have a sister who's 2 years older than me, so we were pretty even in our development, and she played football. She was really good. She played for the women's national team, so we were always competing. It got pretty intense in the backyard.
What is your best advice given to you as a football player, and could you please give it to us?
I've had a lot of good advice. I think that the biggest one was from my parents, just saying to keep enjoying it, and even when times are hard, to keep enjoying your football and remember why you play it. Because sometimes it doesn't always go smoothly, and you're not always going to make the team, or you're not always going to play well. But if you kind of think back to why you started playing and just be happy with what you're doing, is a really important one for me.
Well, I have to do homework every day, and do you have to do homework to keep up with your team?
I don't really consider it homework, because I really enjoy doing it. But obviously, I have to train a lot. I go to the gym. I have to keep my fitness up, and spend as much time with the ball. But I don't really consider it homework because I choose to do it. I really enjoy doing it.
This year, I'm in a bad team. I'm the best player by far. I feel annoyed. My coach said I could go to Nomads or Parklands. What upsets have you had in your soccer career?
There's been tons. It's part of it. There's always going to be ups and downs and things that you don't achieve, but sometimes you just have to use that as motivation. I missed out on the New Zealand under-17 team, and I missed out on the New Zealand under-23s as well. And that one was really tough to take because I'd just been in the 20s and done well, and I thought I was ready for it, and it didn't quite happen, So that was really frustrating and hard to take. But if you use that as motivation and keep working hard, then hopefully it all comes right in the end.
Well, I injured my foot yesterday in fitness, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to play for my school team. Mm-hmm. What have you ever injured yourself and been worried about playing?
I've been pretty lucky. I've had no serious injuries that have kept me out for too long. I mean, I've missed the odd match here and there. I broke my nose playing once, but I played the next week. It wasn't too bad. I've been lucky, man, so knock on wood, that stays the same. Hopefully I stay injury free.
I've played for Pepino Redwood since I was 7. I've been playing for three seasons. I've played 3 seasons. When did you start playing, and what clubs did you play for?
My parents were involved really early on at a club, Burwood, and I started there when I was probably 3 or 4 playing midgets, and then I moved to Western, like I said, when I was about 11, and those were my only clubs in Christchurch.
I've travelled to Australia, Fiji, and Thailand. Where have you travelled to play soccer? And what are some of the most memorable moments there?
I hadn't travelled that much when I was your age, I've been to a lot of places now, though. I've been to Australia, Canada, America, Mexico, Chile, Costa Rica, Slovakia, South Africa, Austria, China. I'm probably missing quite a few. I've been to a lot of places though. And my favourite? Wow. My favourite memory, was it? Yeah. My favourite memory has probably been in New Zealand, was when I made my my All Whites debut, and that was in Auckland. We played Honduras. And that was really special to me because it was something I've always wanted to do, and it was cool that it was here because my parents could come watch, and I had my mum and dad there, and it was just a really special moment for me.
The highlight of my career was winning 15-0 against a bunch of girls. I scored 7 goals. What are the highs and lows of your career?
That is awesome. Yeah, the highlight is definitely my All Whites debut, because it was just something that I always dreamed of, and it was a really lofty goal. Like I wasn't sure if it would ever happen, and then to achieve that was pretty special. The lows. There's probably been a lot. I think one of the toughest times was at the World Cup when I didn't get to play. Going all that way and putting all that time and effort and not getting a game was pretty tough. But then obviously the debut came just after that, so it became pretty quick, turned around to an exciting one.
Okay, last year I had a kid on my team who, when the ref made a bad call, he kicked the grass until there was a big hole. How do you respond to a bad call by the ref?
I used to get really upset, but I've learned to deal with it a bit better now. I used to have a bit of a tantrum and complain, but I'm pretty good now. I just get on with it because you can't really control those things. You need to worry about the things that you can control, and you can't control that.
My team last year won the Team of the Season trophy. How did it feel getting knocked out of the World Cup and drawing against Paraguay?
It was a bit strange because it was a pretty good result for us to draw the games, but at the same time we wanted to go through the group stage. So right after the game, you felt pretty sad and a bit upset that you didn't go through. But then, a couple of weeks later, when you look back on it, you realise that it was a pretty cool achievement.
Thank you for coming. It was a great opportunity for us to interview you. And before you go, could you meet someone on the soccer team?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.